And a very good day to you, and welcome to the program. I want to speak to you today about the greatest act of love that has ever taken place in the history of the whole world. That's right. And to confirm that, we go to the Gospel of John, chapter 15, and I am reading verse 13. John chapter 15 and verse 13. Jesus says, "Greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends." Now, isn't that true? He did that, didn't he? That's right. If we go on a bit further to John chapter 18 and verse 8, listen to this. Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane. The high priest's soldiers came to arrest Jesus. And what did he say? This is what he said in verse 8. "I have told you that I am he. Therefore, if you seek me, let these go their way." And that's why I love Jesus so much. Such a selfless person. And that's what you and I, my dear friend, need to strive to be. It's not about me, self-preservation, I'm all right, Jack, I can do it, walk over whoever you want to walk over as long as you get to the top and be in the first team. No, it's not about that. The Christian walk is the opposite, actually. Let them go. He says, I'm the one you're looking for. Total selflessness. John chapter 12 and verse 24 says, "Unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it abides alone. But if it dies, it bears much grain." What does that mean? Well, it means if you take that grain of wheat and you put it in a climate-controlled storeroom, okay, you can preserve it for centuries. But when you take that grain of wheat and you put it into nice moist soil, it actually dies, and out of it comes new life. And that's exactly what Jesus Christ did for you and for me on the cross of Calvary. He died so that we could live. It's a paradox, isn't it? Probably the greatest paradox of all time. If you want to live, you have to die. Your biggest enemy, my biggest enemy, is not the devil. His neck was broken on the cross of Calvary. Our biggest enemy is ourselves. Self-preservation. Me and mine, and don't care about anybody else. That's the opposite to what Jesus Christ did on the cross of Calvary on Good Friday. You know, I'm a beekeeper. I love keeping bees. It's one of my hobbies. And those little creatures, I love them so much. They are the hardest working of all creatures. They really are. You know, they actually work themselves to death. That's how they die. You know that. And they are females, by the way. That's right. And that little worker bee, and they have guard bees as well around the hives, if anybody comes to destroy their home, anybody comes to take honey out of their hive, what do? They sting you. That's right. And it is painful. It won't kill you. It is quite sore. But you know, one thing a lot of people don't understand, when that little bee stings you, he dies. After that, he goes and finds a place and he dies. But in order to save his home and the hive, the swarm of bees, he gives his life. Does that tell you something? Yes. That's exactly what Jesus did on Good Friday on the cross of Calvary. I'm going to show you a cross that I've got in my pocket. There it is. This cross was found in the catacombs of Rome. Those are caves in Rome where the Roman soldiers were hunting the Christians down to kill them. And this is a prayer cross. You put it in your hand and you squeeze it. And the pain reminds you of what Jesus did for you. Remember, he loves you. May God bless you. Goodbye.